22nd of November, 11:38 a.m. Supreme Court of Judici Judicature. Defendants and the Chamber 5. Good lord, I can't speak. Sup, everyone? We're back with a great Ace Attorney. My cat is meowing right as I start this recording. That's just great. Just great. Anyways, welcome back. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. That was superb. My heart was in my mouth the entire time. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there. You were drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth. It was a grim sight, but before I knew it, you'd start finding inconsistencies in the testimonies. I think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer. Forget it, it's terrifying. If I get through this, I don't want to see the inside of a courtroom again. Anyway, it looks like we've exposed your Phantom Lady at last. Miss Giselle Brett, student from Great Britain, is she? That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone. There was a young woman with him, like I've been saying all along. Yes, you have, haven't you? I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I am sure of. Yes, I can see that. So, about this young gentlewoman. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Did you see what happened with that? No, I didn't see any of it. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself, then on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor. Just after I bent down and picked it up, bang, 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 pull my devil trigger. I didn't have time to think about where the sound of this gunshot had come from. You know, I know this takes place way before modern day, so I assume they probably didn't even have anything like fingerprinting. Because I was gonna say, if the gun that Ryunosuke picked up was the same one that was fired, then maybe they'd be able to find fingerprints on the gun besides him. But, I don't know, maybe fingerprinting probably didn't exist way back in the frickin' 1800s or whenever this was. The waiter ran over to me looking as white as a sheet, and he bundled me into some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen. Fast thinking by the detective, he apprehended his suspect without a moment's delay. Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, I have no idea what happened outside in the dining area. Ah, there you are. Well done, both of you. I had a feeling it was you. I forget your voice, though. Professor Mikitoma. Well, it seems I was right. The pair of you make an outstanding team. You've exceeded my expectations, I have to say. Yes, it seems you planned this from the start. You arranged things so I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial. Our modern country is still in its infancy. Our justice system even more so. Which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn all they can. I wanted to avoid a situation where that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled. Well, it makes no difference. Lawyer or otherwise, if I'm still the kind of man who can't help his best friend avert the worst crisis of his life, I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyway. What are you saying, Kazuma? So that's your stance. I was afraid you'd feel that way. Kazuma! Well then, looks like it all comes down to you, young man. To me? Yes, you need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in that restaurant. I must say I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case. Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he? If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim? Yes, I did. As you're probably aware, Dr. John H. Wilson was a visiting professor at UMA. And it was I who invited him. Oh, I see. I didn't know that before. Whoops, didn't mean to open that. Anyway, you're about to go into battle. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible. But let's not forget what we're going up against. The gentlewoman whose involvement our police bureau went to extraordinary lengths to hide. Yes, and I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to quash your case. But I've no doubt that you pair will put up a good fight, right to the last. Best of luck. Thank you. Now then. Need you to run an errand at the university at once. It's something I think we may need. Of course. Good luck, Kazuma-sama. Nah, Kazuma-sama! Sorry. Just reminded me of Konosuba. Court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once. I will always love you. It's time. Let's get back to it. Ahebo. Let's get in there and deal a decisive blow. Before those old fossils know it hits them. This dude's real cool. He's just a dude with a headband and a katana and a regular, like, high school outfit. Why is he so cool? Kazuma? What? Thank you. Really. What for? Well, if you hadn't said you believed me, then I'm fairly sure I'd already have been found guilty by now. Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer and as a friend. Coming from you, that means a lot. If I'm found guilty in this trial, he's really gonna give up on his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of true friend he is. So this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely cannot afford to lose. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial. You can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals I like from Yume Cafeteria on University Street. With an extra large portion, of course. Back to the courtroom. November 22nd. 12:09 p.m. Supreme Course of Judicature. Judicature. Courtroom 2. Blah blah blah. Guess who's back? The court hereby resumes the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Who brought a cat into this courthouse? I swear to God. Alright, now that we've gotten that cat out of the courtroom, let us proceed. Prosecutor Aochi, have you managed to subpoena the witness?
Yes, Your Excellency, against all odds. And thanks to a certain young stripling, the prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government.
Sorry. Let the government scrutinize. That's their job. It's nothing to worry about.
It's highly unlikely the good relations we forge with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. Do you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down and our nation founders?
Again, terribly sorry. If the friendship between our nations is really so fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. You really have nothing to worry about, Ryunosuke.
What do you mean?
A secret trial, anxiety over some foreign government's opinions, a bungled investigation, missing witnesses. Is this what our nation's justice system is? Is this the Supreme Court of Japan or of England?
Shut up, you jumped up rookie boy. You and your friend know nothing. Nothing of the situation our nation finds itself in. I thought someone kicked that cat out. Why is it here again? By aligning ourselves with this great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Steady political maneuvering is what will secure our futures. Seriously, can someone get rid of that cat?
I don't know, I think the cat sounds quite cute. I think we should leave it. I won't deny that I'm no expert, I'm just a student. And one who could arguably study harder, too. But standing here now, in our Supreme Court, there is one thing that I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all. Well said, Ryunosuke. Despite the wide-eyed look of terror.
You little brats!
Thank you, Council. This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system, and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, this trial will now resume with the next witness taking the stand. The visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Giselle Brett.
Yes.
Time to see what she actually looks like. We got to see a small glimpse of her in one of the pictures we saw earlier.
Your Excellency.
Bro, is your head okay? I mean, you didn't put it, like, full force, but like a certain other prosecutor, but that still must hurt your head. Wow. Quite the extravagant look.
Well, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan, and from such a distant land.
Well then. Tea, someone bring English tea. In England, no discussions take place without tea. Ah yes, stereotypes. Is that true? No idea.
So,
Like this new music, though it's also very, like, it's a very regal in a sense of, like, it feels very snooty almost.
Could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court?
Hosonaga. Of course, my name is Satoru Hosonaga. I have been working undercover as the head waiter at Le Carnival, but my true...
Yes, we know about you already.
Inspector Hosonaga, where are your manners? In England, it's always ladies first. Is that true? No idea. More importantly, a little earlier today you said something to me. You said your powers of observation are the one thing you're sure of. Oh yes, I think I did, didn't I? Yet your description for this amazing sight was simply a woman. Sorry, Ryunosuke, but powers of observation aside, your powers of description are sorely lacking. Guilty.
So, dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please.
I can't read that, madam. Yeah, that doesn't help. Okay, is that cursive? I can barely tell what that is. It all looks just like frickin'... It's like you're drawing a frickin' ocean. It's just waves. Only like the first letter of some of those look different. I know it's like it's like very different times, but geez. Ah. You are now an alien. Oh.
I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but what?
Blah 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 blah. The lady says her name is Giselle Brett. She comes from London, England. She's a visiting research student, currently enrolled in Yume University's medical faculty.
Oh my, what a rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of the delightful language of the British people. I'm afraid I don't understand a word you said, but it was as beautiful as a hummingbird's song.
As far as I can tell. The detective is translating her words faithfully enough. Yes, I agree. You obviously do fine in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, does it? Nor you. You've clearly been paying attention in your English classes, Ryunosuke. Okay, then can one of you help me? Because I actually am from an English-speaking country, and I have no idea what she's saying. Those text boxes do not help me whatsoever. Are you sure she's speaking English? Because I would think I would be able to decipher it. The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brett. 3 days ago, at a restaurant called Le Carnival, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct? I'm just gonna skip past this stuff, because, yeah, I can't. I don't want to have to voice act that. She says yes. This could take some time. So even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese. Got quite a mouthful on that one. Got 2 whole lines. She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately. Interesting. When you're the one who engineered her escape. I was just following special orders from the Bureau.
Well now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print? Seeing as you are so unfortunately present at the scene of the crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of the wicked perpetrator, perhaps? It's that dude over there.
Apparently it was a very frightening and sorrowful sight. Do you mean to say? Yes, it would appear the lady did witness the crime. Yeah, of course she's gonna say that when she's the one that did it. The very moment when the accused, standing right there in this courtroom, shot the victim in cold blood. Oh yeah, nice defense, lady. Order! Order in the court!
Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Have we heard Here we have an absolutely conclusive witness statement. How is it conclusive?
There is literally no proof that she is telling the truth. Well, looks like it's clear now. Clear who our real enemy is. Yeah, I'd say so. Unfortunately, I will have to ask you to formally testify, if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described. Skip ban, clicking my mouse. Clicking the mouse. Witness testimony. Frightening and sorrowful sight. I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only a beef steak. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor, and they got into a fierce argument. Then, not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. Well then. This is a commending statement. Yes, it is. It is a condemning statement. No, I didn't have any kind of argument with the professor at all.
Objection!
Quiet, you filthy wretch. Look at you, you black-hearted blackguard. And look at this snow-white angel.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you can imagine whose words the court is going to believe.
She might look Snow White, but I bet inside it's all black ink. It's like a piece of paper crumpled up with ink spilled inside of it. Still making the same mistakes, Ryunosuke. Mustn't blurt out when you're goaded like that. That's a lesson you need to learn. Ah, but he's so annoying. Of course, I was at the scene as well. I took statements from this lady and the two witnesses who testified before and reported back to the Bureau. It was decided that Miss Britt was not involved, so I let her go. The testimonies of the last two witnesses were completely worthless, however. Well, even so. On the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit as she is today. As you can see, there is nowhere about her person where she could have concealed a firearm. I would think she could hide a gun almost anywhere in that outfit if she wanted to.
Yeah. Unless and until the precise location where the witness is to have hidden a weapon can be shown, this is moot.
There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. Those are the witness's own words on the matter. Ah, that's ridiculous. If only I was allowed to lift up her dress, I could prove it. Ryunosuke? Dude, I know you're in high school, but chill it. Chill the hormones, my man. Put it on the back burner. Don't think about doing anything rash, Ryunosuke. But I didn't fire the gun I picked up. There must have been another gun there that day. You're right about that, which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere. Yes, that's what we have to prove now. To do so, we will need to pull her testimony apart. Girl, are you smirking? The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Oh, yes, Your Excellency. Cross-examination.
Let's do this.
Aw, damn it. I was hoping, because when it did the witness testimony, it showed the woman doing her, undecipherable language. And I was hoping that I could frickin' press on those.
Yes!
'Tis a shame. Yeah. After 2 p.m., in fact. That's really quite a late lunch, isn't it?
Objection!
You don't keep up with the latest fashions from Britain, do you? Late lunches are in vogue, isn't that right? En vogue.
Well, that's something I can decipher at least.
No.
A decisive English no has quite a sting to it. The gentlewoman is currently working in the victim's research laboratory, it seems. So it was apparently a daily occurrence that they would lunch together. But on the day in question, the victim had another appointment to the clinic first. Yes, which we can prove from the medical report card that was submitted as earlier evidence. That's right. Miss Brett and the victim went to lunch following the victim's treatment, which is why it was so late. Yes, that all makes perfect sense.
Such wonderful logic. What a shining example of English intelligence this fine gentlewoman has. Has. So what? What does it matter?
So you both arrived at the restaurant. What happened next? I like how Kazuma had his sword on the... He was just resting his hand on the hilt there. That was cool. I just compliment everything about this game. What can I say? I love Ace Attorney. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only. A beef steak.
Yes!
He was unable to eat, you say? And that was because he just had a tooth removed at Hada Clinic, correct? That's right. You're supposed to actually check with the witness before answering. Was Miss Brett aware of that fact? It seems so, yes. She'd heard that the professor was to have some dental treatment. So that would mean that it was you who ate the steak pictured here. Is that right, Miss Brett? That is right, yes. The print you have there shows the table exactly as it was left after the horrifying events. Exactly as it was left.
Dear me, what a harrowing experience. To have traveled to a distant island on the far side of the world and be embroiled in such a tragic incident. Have no fear, my dear lady. I swear I will crush the evil fiend that has subjected you to this terrible plight.
Man. Frickin' post this on r/White Knights or something, I don't know. So the victim, Dr. Wilson, had nothing to eat or drink at all. That's right. Other than some carbonated water. Just water? Yes, the professor was unable to eat, but he had been given permission to drink water. So it appears that the diners toasted their lunch with a glass of water each. They each raised a glass of carbonated water. What do you think, Ryunosuke, about the witness's last statement? I think we should add that. Slap. That last statement of yours, Miss Britt, has a profound bearing on this case.
Well, how fascinating. Do tell us, what is this profound bearing,
His eyes are wandering. I like how his eyes were focused, and then all of a sudden you can see them start twitching. The significance of the statement will become apparent when the time is right. The defense calls for the witness's last statement to be formally added to the testimony.
Well sidestepped, counsel.
Very well, Miss Brett. Kindly repeat what you just said to be added to your official testimony. Gladly, she said. You almost don't look like a devil when you're smiling like that. That was brilliant, Kazuma. I'm gonna remember that one. Which one? The significance will become apparent when the time is right. I could really use that phrase. I'd hope there are some more useful tips you're picking up from this experience than that, Renosuke. Ah, boy. And the professor... Oh.
Yes!
I'm gonna press all the other ones first. I never got into an argument with the professor. All I did when I noticed him was go over and say hello. Please don't get angry with me. No, I wasn't directing that retort at you. It was meant for the lady next to you. But anyway, as I said, I did not argue with the professor. I'm afraid your words are in vain. Sorry? Miss Brett does not appear to speak Japanese.
No, of course not. Japanese is such a cumbersome language anyways.
Tell me about it.
English is the future. We must all supiku ingurishu.
Osupiku. Speak English. Got it. I wonder if the prosecution will feel that way forever, only in the presence of a beautiful woman. Well, that beautiful woman is telling blatant lies with a completely straight face. I have to find something that will unravel her testimony, no matter how seemingly insignificant it may be. Anyway, it seems that after the argument, the accused briefly returned to his own seat. That part ties in with what you said, doesn't it? Yes, I still had some coffee to drink. The next time he got up after that was when I'd finished my coffee and stood up to leave. Why are you smirking? Hughes took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. Bullshit! Like I said, I did not shoot that gun. And like I said, there's no point in repeating that assertion over and over. Well, I wasn't expecting to be attacked by my own side.
Nevertheless, defendant, you can't deny that when the shot ran in the restaurant, you had a gun in your hand.
Well, yes, that's true, but there's the slap. All I did was pick up the gun I saw on the floor next to the professor as I was leaving the restaurant. In fact, yes, there was someone much closer to the victim than me at the time. The highly suspicious lady.
That will do, you dirty, rotten scoundrel.
Dirty? I just steam washed my clothes, man. They are anything but dirty. They got ironed.
Your baseless accusations could very well cause an international incident, boy.
Seems to me that your accusation is just as baseless as ours.
Cheh, what nonsense.
The lady is merely stating what she saw. And this is already an international incident as far as I'm concerned anyway. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit.
Yes!
Yes! It's all very well saying that, but can you prove it? Absolutely. I verified it personally. Did you look under her dress? Lucky bastard. No, I mean, how could you? How dare you? Verified it? Yes, immediately after the incident, I checked to make sure the lady was not carrying a weapon. I distinctly remember her saying, "I'm not." That's all you did. You just asked her. Surely you carried out a physical search, Inspector. No. Why on earth not? Come on, man, you gotta tell me the details.
The Honorable English gentlewoman clearly stated that she did not possess a weapon. There was absolutely no need for any further probing into the matter.
Or, there was no permission given for any further probing into the matter, perhaps.
Think what you will. But if you're going to continue with this preposterous claim that the refined lady was concealing a firearm, the prosecution demands that you support your assertion with facts.
In other words, he wants evidence. Ugh. English. English, motherfucker. Do you speak it? What? Say what again? Okay, sorry. The lady wishes to point out that of course she wanted to stay and assist with the investigation. But she was in a hurry to give a presentation at the university, so she was compelled to leave.
Oh, I see the professor is dead. Well, too bad that does not concern me. Sorry, I have to go to the university. It doesn't matter that a professor is dead.
Not to mention the fact that your office had told you to get the woman out of there. Not get her out of there, I just urged her to leave. The lady would like to point out that she in no way meant to run away from the scene of the crime. Which is why she is only too happy to cooperate and testify here in court today, of course.
Unlike a certain student who refuses to admit when the game is up. You could at least have the courtesy to pay attention when I'm goading you.
So she's maintaining that you got into an argument with the professor, at the end of which you shot him. Which is an out-and-out, totally unfounded lie. Still, her statement is very compelling. After all, she's an elegant, refined, young and beautiful gentlewoman from Great Britain. In stark contrast to you, dressed from head to toe in a dull black school uniform. I'm dressed exactly the same way as you are, except for the flapping red ribbons. Well, anyway, this is our only chance to expose her testimony as the fiction that it is. And I swear to God, Ryunosuke, if you insult my headband one more time, I'm gonna strangle you with it. And the only red ribbons you'll be seeing is the insides once I cut you to pieces. If I can't do that, the trial's over. Even you with your thick skin must be able to feel the murderous looks you're getting from around the room. Only too well. I feel half dead already. The fact that I can't see a single inconsistency in her testimony isn't making me feel any better either. First thing to do is suppress her on any of her statements that seem even slightly off to you. Do that, and an opening will present itself, I promise you. And you expose the true face of this exotic foreigner that's hiding behind the mask. You can throw your mask away. That's what I should be aiming for in this cross-examination. Well, I think we already found it. He staked for myself and the professor, and I said cheers over a glass of carbonated water. Can I, like, I wonder if I can just save, maybe. Perhaps? Oh, I can. Yoink. Just in case I get this wrong. No other reason, just that. I'm thinking between two things. Oh. Oh, there's two of them. Ah, this is taken in greater detail, I see.
Yes!
Got it. The way he looks to the camera always gets me. It's like, are you hearing this shit? That's it! Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene. That it was exactly as though it was left. That is correct, the lady says. Well, it's odd. Very odd.
Dear me, what's odd in the defense is the defense's inability to express itself.
Ryunosuke, what is it about the print that looks odd to you? Well, obviously it's the cheers.
cheers.
Miss Britt just told us that she and the professor said cheers over a glass of water. But if that's true, there should be 2 glasses on the table, not 1. Oh. You're quite right, Counsel. There's only 1 glass pictured here.
Objection!
Are we supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over Minutio?
I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that one. I've never seen that word in my life.
What possible difference does the presence or absence of a glass make on the case?
Objection!
You say. Could it be the detective here removed a glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence? Of course not. I would never do something so reckless. But there should have been 2 glasses on the table. Or are you gonna try to tell me you can clink with only 1? You're quite right. I certainly took 2 glasses to the table. Inspector, what did the lady say? It would seem that it was Miss Brett who took the glass from the table. What? It was all so terrifying, everything that happened. I panicked and thought I should try to hide the fact that I'd been there at all, she's saying. Good gracious. Sorry.
Here, as I assured the court before, this is of no consequence at all.
Oh, please.
You must remember, the student had just murdered this lady's luncheon companion before her very eyes. Who could blame her for concealing a glass or 2 in her state of disarray?
That's absurd.
Oh, really? So do we take it that you are now going to accuse this vulnerable young and beautiful woman of mischief?
What? No. This can't be put down to mischief. I'd like to know exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene. It would seem that she slipped it into a small handbag she was carrying. A handbag, you say? Yes, Your Excellency. A small handheld pouch commonly carried by a well-to-do woman in England.
So, the beautiful lady has very graciously explained how and why she removed the glass from the scene now. However, the fact remains that the glass has absolutely no bearing on the case. This student has been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning, but in the end it comes to nothing. No more pretentious accusations. You have wasted enough time already.
Indeed, the lady has offered a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed the glass. I think, henceforth, we can consider the matter to have no bearing on the case. Counsel for the defense, are you in agreement? Well, I don't know, really. If you want to pursue this matter further, you're gonna need to show that it has some deeper significance. Yes, you're right. So she took the glass away in her handbag. There's a deeper significance there. I just want to see the funny options. Well, I'm not really sure there's any deeper significance here at all. You do get it, don't you? If you can't find a reason why this glass matters, you'll almost certainly be found guilty. I knew you were going to say that. I presume you've got this too. It's the fact that she took the glass away in her handbag. That's a deeper significance here. If I'd worked that out, I would have given it as my answer in the first place. The lady was carrying a handbag. Could have had almost anything inside it. Ah. So it's time to reconsider your answer, Ryunosuke. Okay, I got this. Don't worry, man, I got this. It's the glass itself. If you ask me, it's the fact that she took the glass that has a deeper significance here. Why do you think that? Because it's the property of the restaurant. It's not some harmless act of pilfering like taking a bar of soap home from the public baths, is it? You take soap from the public baths? What? No, I mean, this isn't significant here. It's very significant, but this isn't the time or the place. Dude's about to cut me down for stealing soap from the bathrooms. What can I say? I'm poor. Okay? There are more important things to concentrate on now. I think maybe you should reconsider your position, too. Sorry, I will. That was good dialogue. Good to know that Ryunosuke steals soap from public bathrooms. Okay, yada yada. The handbag. Wait, the lady put the glass in her handbag, you say?
Yes, do try to keep up. It's already been explained in the court that all the English gentlewomen carry handbags for small items.
Let me see. A little while ago, Miss Brett stated the following. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. But what she forgot to mention was her handbag, in which it would be perfectly possible to conceal a gun. You're right. Well done, partner. I had a feeling you'd pick up on that, too.
What are you insinuating, you vile blackguard?
It's really very simple. The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun from the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire that gun, we can deduce there must have been another firearm at the scene. The true murder weapon, if you will.
You can't seriously be suggesting...
Whoopsies. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Did you or did you not search Miss Giselle Brett's handbag on the day of the murder? No, sir, I did not. What type of inspector are you? As I thought. In other words, another gun, the one that was actually used to kill the professor, could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag.
Yeah, no!
Get wrecked. Order, order, order. Order, 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 order. Order, 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 order.
What is the meaning of this, Inspector? And Judge, why are you talking like a stand user?
The meaning of what, Professor Ouchie?
Why on earth did you not have the lady open her handbag and show you the contents at the time?
Manny's actually on our side.
Thanks to your bungling incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations.
Oh. Brilliant work, partner. Now we have a chance to expose the real one behind the mask. Do you think so, Kazuma? Well then. Well, what a sorry situation. Clearly you have no faith in the police. Huh? As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting. Simply because it was unnecessary. Why was it unnecessary, though? We'll find out next time on Great Ace Attorney. Adios, ciao, and signing off. Until next time. Ja, mata ne.